Hi, welcome back to another Quick Cooks episode. I'm your host Norman, and on this episode I'll be showing you how to make a stew, but even faster.
Hey. Yo.
So for this episode I wanted to start off by showing you what I buy on a weekly basis. I have my coffee here. So this is pretty much what I'll buy every week, and I'm just going to show you. We're going to do a little bit of a haul. Alright, so I'm going to show you my haul. I hope you like it. I just have 3 bags. It cost me about $52 to get. $52 to get. So keep that in mind when you see what I'm getting. I like to keep my shopping like under 2 or 3 bags because it's easier to carry, even though it's like 3 minutes away from me to get to the store. I don't like to carry bags for 3 minutes. So here, I'll show you. The first bag, I'm getting celery. This is really important. Some lettuce. I got a bunch of apples, like 6 apples, because I eat about 2 apples a day. So this will be good for about 3 days. I got some onion because they're always good for garnishes and you can throw it on any dish. Some gum because you always need gum. Onion, potato, apple, onion, potato. So this is just a lot of vegetables in this bag. So here you can see all my vegetables. I'll start throwing them into the fridge because it's good to keep them cold. So the way I kind of put stuff in my fridge is I kind of just throw it in there because I eat it pretty quickly. I don't think it's really necessary to focus on organization or policy or structure too much. Just throw your food in there. You're going to eat it. You have to eat it, right? Especially if you spent your own money on it. It's good to eat. It's good to use your money and eat your food. So the second bag, I got paper towels, a big bag of clementines because these are a great snack just on the go, and of course some hot fries. They're super unhealthy, but I really enjoy them. I think they're really tasty. I have another bag, so here's just some almond milk, pickles. I got some garbanzo beans. I got vegan chicken nuggets. I think these are good when you're really lazy. You just want to turn on the oven, throw these in. You have a good chicken nuggets for a quick snack. And I have also Listerine because I ran out of mouthwash. So that's gonna do it for me for the haul, for the shopping haul. I'm gonna put this all in the fridge. The next step will be to start on the stew. So we're gonna start on boiling, of course, the water, and then we'll start cutting, and then we'll continue with the stew. Okay, my setup is super janky right now. I don't even know how to show y'all, but I have like toothpicks holding up little things to. I need a new setup. Okay, so all of the food is in the fridge. This is good news. So we're gonna start boiling up the broth. I am recording.
Yo, we party every day and we know we going stupid.
So I have 2 jars of broth. These are jars that I made in the past. These are jars I made in the past. I had a separate video where I was showing how to make Japanese curry. I accidentally reformatted my SD card and deleted that entire video. Safe to say you make that mistake once. So the plan is we're just going to reheat this jarred vegetable broth, and then we're going to throw all of our vegetables in there, and that's pretty much the soup. So this is going to be a very background type of dish. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil into my pan. I'm going to heat that up to high, and I'm going to pour the vegetable broth now. I might need some water. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of broth in here. It's just 2 jars. One is like a dip jar and the other one's a pickle jar. So out of those 2 jars, I got about a quarter of a pan full of broth. I have some vegetable broth in a box, so I'm going to use that too. And it's still good to use. Maybe I should shake. Okay, so I'm going to just leave it at that. I think that's pretty good. I don't want too much soup, because I'm not too much into the mood for soup right now. So I think this will be good enough. I'm going to stick with that. Now, while this is boiling, we can start prepping our vegetables and begin that stage. I switched shirts off camera because safety first. Very loose clothing is not good for cooking, especially when boiling water like I am. So a little bit of a tighter fit. But I have a little bit of a tighter fit shirt. Okay, so for this recipe I have 2 potatoes, 1 large onion. I'm gonna have probably 3 carrots, some garlic, and celery. So as normal, I'm going to turn down the EV real quick. Okay, a quirk with this camera is it doesn't actually keep my camera straight. It always tilts a little bit, so I have a toothpick in there to keep it straight. I turned down the EV to 0.5 from plus 0.5 from plus 1, so that should be a little bit better. Of course, we're always going to start with the peeling. So, but actually this time, I think I will not peel, and we're just going to cut. This was a game time decision. I just changed it just now. It's all good. So I have a sharp knife, you're going to need one. And we're just going to cut this pretty simply. I usually peel my potatoes when I make soups, but honestly this is such a lazy dish. Not a lazy dish, but such a quick, easy meal. I want to see maybe if I can even make it easier by not peeling the potatoes. But at home, do what you would like. There's no right or wrong way. I know some people only like their potatoes peeled, and some people only like their potatoes with the peel. Both are good ways to eat potatoes. So the nice thing about this dish is it can be almost thought of as like just a one-pot dish. You're gonna really just boil everything in the same pot. So you can do this prep beforehand, even before boiling. You could do this in the morning, have all your vegetables cut, and just throw it in the stew when you get back from work or school. So now we're going to cut the carrots. My carrots look disgusting. With these carrots, I like to make them a little thicker. I find that they add a good crunch with all the soft ingredients you can sometimes have. So I'm not really measuring these cuts. I'm not really thinking too hard about it. I think carrots are pretty much good, no matter what. I used to not like boiled carrots, but then somehow they grown on me. It's interesting because there's a lot of food like that. You didn't like it growing up, but somehow you just enjoy it now. Maybe it's that new appreciation. You see things in a different light. So these carrots and potatoes are going to take the longest to cook, so I'm going to cut them and I'm going to add them first. The plan is to add the potatoes, add all the carrots, We're going to let it cook for about 6 minutes, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients like the garlic, like the onion, and like the celery. The secret with that is you can work on other things. So the idea is I have what I immediately need to put in the pot right now. Next, we're going to transition over to work on our lunch prep for the work week. So once this gets to a boil, which is very close to, we're going to throw in the potatoes, we're going to throw in the carrots, and then we'll start dicing the onion, cutting the celery, and mincing the garlic so that we can throw it in here. Would I recommend this to do it this way for beginners? No. I think it's best to cook with everything chopped first and then you can start fitting it in. But if you know you can dice an onion fairly quickly, then I think it's okay to let it to do it later. So as you can see, it's at a boil, so I'll start adding the potatoes, the carrots, and I'll start the timer. Ow. Ugh. Woo. Ah, it's hot. Yikes. Oh. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. Ow! Oh my gosh, that was really hot. Jeez. Okay. The shit's pretty full. It's not that full though. I ate that carrot off the ground. I think something else from the floor came up with it. Okay. So we have the potatoes and the carrots boiling. I'm gonna set a timer. So we have a 6-minute timer. I think that'll be plenty to cut this potato. We'll test it now. So it's always good to keep your onion scraps, because I think I mentioned this before, but they do add the color to your broth. So you do want to keep your onion, because don't throw that away. It adds color. The skin, at least. This onion skin adds a nice color. So you get that deep golden color. Okay, so we're going to do this before I start crying. Oh, I see the tears coming soon. I'm almost done though. I'm gonna make it. Okay. Whew, made it without any tears. Let's go. So make sure you continue to stir your pot. It's been about 3 minutes. So the onion has been diced. I'm now gonna mince some garlic. I'll do like 3 cloves. I think that's a good number. You can also keep your garlic clove skin too. That adds good color to your broth as well. So all these little things, you know, you don't have to really throw away just yet. Oh, good thing the camera's pointing up. I'm actually crying because of the onion on the cutting board. Ugh. Ow. Oh, these garlics are sprouting. That's not good. Okay, so the pot is boiling, the garlic's been minced, the onions have been cut. Next is the celery. So it's been 6 minutes now. I'm going to turn down the heat. The potatoes are feeling nice and soft. I'm really happy with how they turned out. I'm now going to add the garlic. Okay, so you're going to want to turn down the heat down to a little bit of a medium and add your garlic in. The stew is almost done actually. And then I'll add the onion in, and now I'll add the garlic in. Look at that, 3 cloves of garlic. Beautiful. So now we're going to have to stand here and mix it. And we'll let this all cook. So it's going to look super nice. You can see how easy it is to do this. And now your soup's nearly there actually. I'm going to cut the celery now. I'll do 2 sticks of celery. Perfect. I might even add more celery actually. Like maybe 2 more, maybe 1 more stick. Celery is one of those ingredients that honestly I really like. I never think there's enough. Anyways. So a lot of these cuts are random, none of them are measured, that's totally okay. We're going to keep cooking this soup, it's still looking really good, it's moving along super nicely. Maybe a little bit too much onion, but who hasn't heard of onion soup? It can just be onion soup with a side of vegetables. Okay. And we'll keep this for 2 more minutes and we'll pretty much be done. You can see the green, the celery, it really does add a nice pop of color. Makes it feel more like a stew than just potatoes and carrots. The garlic does really, the smell of the minced garlic really shines through here. Probably because the rest of the soup is so low flavored. We're going to salt it pretty generously. But we'll salt the taste. So now we're at the cooking stage where tasting is important. So get your spoon. Tasting your food while you cook it is the best way to ensure that your food comes out really nice. You know, that broth is really good. It does need more salt though, a lot more salt. It's probably because I didn't salt anything while I was cooking this, so this is it's like the first time I'm salting it. So it's been about 2 minutes. I should be taking this off the heat soon. It's at a really low simmer, if even that. Let's taste it again. That's good. That's really good. All right. So we're gonna take off the stew. We're gonna take the stew off the heat. Next step is to chop our green onion and plate this. So let's do that real quick. I have some green onion I bought today at the store. What I like to do is I like to chop all of the green onion and store it in a container. And then you can throw that on your dishes as you go throughout the week so that you don't have to chop green onion too much. So it just comes in a bundle like this. You can wash it and then chop it all just like this. Alright, so they're washed, they're dried. Time to chop. I'm going to chop the ends because they're generally just really matted. The quality of my products are not that high, so there comes a lot of waste with it as well when the products are bruised everywhere. But that's not a complaint. It's just an observation. So I cut up to this point, and then these I'll throw in the broth next time I make it. Okay, time to plate. I've gotten a ladle, big upgrade in my life. Ooh, look at this. This looks great.
Baddie bitches shaking ass and down to the music. You know we got Patron and you know we bring.
And there you have it. A wonderful meal. Carrots, potatoes, green onion garnished on top with vegetable broth, onion, and minced garlic all within. Just beautiful. So many colors, so many flavors. I'm so excited to eat this. Let's try it out. Okay, I'm gonna try at least one of each vegetable. It'd be hot. Yum. This is really good. Let's try a carrot and a celery now. The potato's perfect. Just amazing. It's amazing what you can do with simple ingredients and a little bit of vegetable broth prep. You can make a great stew within under 30 to 40 minutes. Quick, easy, tasty, healthy, nutritious, filling. If you want to add something more, baking your own bread. That's an upcoming Quick Cooks episode for sure. Baking your own bread is a great addition to this. Also making some rice, throwing rice on this can give a lot of extra oomph to the meal. As well as seen before, using flour to make pasta. You can make little pasta pieces in this stew as well, which adds a lot of fullness to the dish. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Quick Cooks. I hope you try out making your own stew with your own vegetable broth, bought or made at home. Let me know if you ever try it out and how it turns out. Thank you so much for watching Quick Cooks. I'm your host, Norman, and I'll see you next time.
And Cupid, liquor makes love like fat makes a lipid. I'm spitting fire dope.